Creatures that go bump in the night, things that go bump in the sea, terrifying beasts that go bump in the deep. Today we're diving into myths and legends from around the world, and we're talking about the most monstrous sea creatures ever. Kraken, Megalodon, and more. The truth about deep-sea myths. First up, let's dive into one of the most famous sea monsters in history, the Kraken. This legendary creature comes from Scandinavian folklore and is said to be a massive squid or octopus that lives in the waters off the coast of Norway and Greenland. According to the tales, the Kraken is so big that it can wrap its tentacles around an entire ship and drag it down to the depths of the ocean. Sailors who encountered the Kraken described it as a gigantic monster with huge suction cups and sharp beak-like teeth. It was said to have enough strength to pull a whole ship under the water and devour the crew. Of course, stories like this are bound to get people excited and terrified in equal measure. After all, who wouldn't be scared of a giant squid or octopus attacking their ship and pulling them under the sea? But where did these stories come from? One possible explanation is that they were inspired by actual sightings of giant squid. Giant squid are known to grow up to 43 feet long and can weigh over 220 pounds. While there is no scientific evidence to prove that they exist, there have been many reports of fishermen and sailors encountering these massive creatures in the wild. It's also possible that the Kraken may have been inspired by sightings of other large marine creatures, such as whales or even icebergs. These sightings may have been exaggerated over time, leading to the creation of a mythical beast. But perhaps the most interesting theory is that the stories of the Kraken were simply a way to warn sailors of the dangers of the sea. In a time when there was no GPS or other modern navigation technology, sailors relied on their wits and their knowledge of the stars to guide them. They were constantly at risk of running into storms, icebergs, or other hazards that could sink their ships. The stories of the Kraken and other sea monsters may have served as a cautionary tale to warn sailors of the perils that lurked beneath the waves and remind them to respect the power of the ocean. Regardless of its origins, the legend of the Kraken has captured the imaginations of people all over the world. It has been featured in books, movies, and video games, and continues to inspire awe and terror in equal measure. Who knows? Maybe there is some truth to these terrifying tales. Maybe there really are giant squids lurking in the depths of our oceans, just waiting to attack unsuspecting ships. Or maybe they're just stories that have been told and retold until they've become larger than life. Either way, they're a fascinating part of our maritime history and culture. So next time you're out on the open sea, just keep an eye out for any giant squids. You never know what you might see. Now let's turn our attention to another legendary sea monster, the Megalodon. This massive shark is said to have been the largest creature to ever live on Earth, growing up to 70 feet long and weighing over 60 tons. Just imagine the size of its jaws and teeth. The thought of a shark that big is enough to make any swimmer's blood run cold. But the Megalodon is not just a creature of legend. There is scientific evidence to suggest that it really did exist. Fossil teeth and vertebrae have been found all over the world, which show that the Megalodon was a real animal that lived on our planet. It is believed that the Megalodon swam the oceans between 23 and 3.6 million years ago. During its reign, it was the top predator in the ocean and had few natural enemies. It fed on whales, dolphins, fish, and any other marine creature that crossed its path. Megalodons were also known to attack boats and eat people. Of course, these stories are likely exaggerated and may have been inspired by sightings of great white sharks. But there is no doubt that the Megalodon was a fearsome creature that should not be messed with. While the Megalodon is no longer with us, its legacy lives on in the stories and legends that have been passed down through generations. It serves as a reminder of the incredible animals that have lived on our planet and the power of nature that we should never forget. If you think the Megalodon is scary, wait until you hear about the next creature on our list, the Lusca. The Lusca is a creature from Bahamian folklore. It is said to be a massive octopus, or squid, that lives in the Luscan archipelago. The Lusca is said to be so large that it can wrap its tentacles around a ship and drag it down to the bottom of the ocean. It is also said to have a taste for human flesh. The Lusca is often depicted as a violent and destructive creature, causing havoc and destruction wherever it goes. In some stories, it is said to be the cause of shipwrecks, dragging ships and their crews down to their doom. Others say that the Lusca is responsible for the death of many fishermen who venture too far out into the ocean. Now, you might be wondering where these stories came from and why anyone would believe in such a creature. Well, it's important to remember that these stories were passed down through oral tradition for many years before they were written down. And many of the early settlers in the Bahamas were sailors and fishermen who spent a lot of time on the water. They may have encountered creatures that they couldn't identify or experienced strange and unexplainable events that they couldn't understand. Over time, these experiences may have been embellished and turned into the legends we know today. But whether or not the Lusca actually exists, there is no denying that it has become an important part of Bahamian culture. It is often featured in art, music, and literature, and serves as a reminder of the mysteries that lie beneath the surface of the ocean. Moving on, let's discuss sea serpents. Sea serpents are said to be long, serpentine creatures that live in the ocean. They are often described as being many hundreds of feet long with long necks and multiple heads. Sightings of sea serpents have been reported all over the world, from the coast of Europe to the shores of Asia. In some cultures, sea serpents are seen as benevolent creatures that bring good luck to those who see them. In others, they are viewed as dangerous and destructive beasts that should be avoided at all costs. One of the most famous sea serpent legends comes from the British Isles. It tells the story of a massive sea monster that lived in the waters off the coast of Ireland. The creature was said to be so large that it could swallow an entire boat and its crew. Many fishermen and sailors claim to have seen the sea serpent, and it became a popular subject in local folklore. In Japan, there is a legend of a sea serpent called the Ryujin. The Ryujin is said to be a benevolent dragon-like creature that lives in the depths of the ocean. It is often depicted as a protector of sailors and is said to bring good fortune to those who encounter it. Some say the sea serpents are real creatures that have simply been misunderstood or misidentified. Others believe that they are nothing more than tall tales told to scare sailors and keep them away from the dangerous waters. But one thing is for sure, the legend of the sea serpent will continue to capture the imaginations of people all over the world. Who knows? Maybe there really are these massive, mysterious creatures swimming in the depths of our oceans just waiting to be discovered. From the Kraken to the Megalodon to the Lusca and sea serpents, there are many legends of sea monsters that have been passed down through generations. While there may not be giant squid, massive sharks, and creepy octopuses lurking in the depths of our oceans, there is still plenty of mystery and wonder to be found beneath the waves. Each of these creatures is a reminder of the incredible power and beauty of the natural world, and serves as a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurk in the deep. Who knows what other creatures may be hiding in the darkest depths of our oceans? Maybe one day we will discover the truth behind these terrifying tales and find out what really lurks beneath the waves. Until then, we can continue to explore the mysteries of the ocean and marvel at the amazing creatures that call it home. So what do you think? Are there any other sea monsters that you think are real? Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to stay tuned for more videos. We'll catch you in the next one.